Lucas explaining how to host Open Coffee. So let me take you through the basic steps. Number one, first and foremost, remember about the format of the event. The most important thing about Open Coffee is explained here in our meetup group and on our Facebook page. It's about having a positive environment in which everyone in the room gets a chance to introduce themselves in 1 or 2 minutes, saying who they are, what they do, what they're looking for, and importantly, how they can help. So the host of a meeting is an important function. If you're really interested in understanding more about hosting, watch this TEDx Kazimierz talk by Mark McCogal. He's saying being a host is a form of leadership. It's not about being the center of attention. It's about putting the center of attention on other people. I'll post links to all the things I'm referring to in the notes under this video. So remember, you're the host. It's important. Your job is to make the people in the room feel special, feel important. In terms of the format of the meeting, you can see here in the video, there's a number of people in the room. Typically, your job is to put the attention on each person in turn as they present. So at the start of the meeting, you need to focus on welcoming. It can be a good idea to have some kind of icebreaker, not necessarily, but you start on time, you ask who's here for the first time, who's new, and give a round of applause to the people who are there for the first time. It's really important to get the positive attitude right from the start. People are a bit like sheep. They will follow someone who sets a lead. Then, as people present them, it's important to get the name of the organization, the company, the event they're promoting up on the screen. Don't be afraid to stop them and ask them to spell it out. If they don't have an organization or event to put up on the screen, you can just put up their LinkedIn. Another thing, when people come to the meeting, they should register. Here you can see the event that's happening tomorrow, the 21st of February, with Przemek Stanisz. There's an event page on Meetup, and you can show people this, and here you can point out to how people who are attending the meeting can advertise, tell them that it's a digital notice board where people who are watching online on the Facebook Live can see who's presenting, because it can be hard to hear and hard to remember. I'm just signing up that I'm coming to that meeting now. Encourage people to register, even if they're in the meeting, they can register. It's good to get a flow. Although don't spend. Obviously, as a guest host, you can introduce yourself, but remember the focus is on the people in the room. Explain the format of the meeting. The format of the meeting is that everyone gets time to present themselves, and then at 9 o'clock it stops. Towards the end of the meeting, it's important to thank people. We thank our sponsor in this right now. It's Co-working Rynek Główny 28, but also if we're getting support from other people, thank them, thank the volunteers, thank the guests for showing up. When you're hosting, people who come to the meeting can be in different categories. You can see the people who are here. Sometimes they're people who are looking for a job. Sometimes they're people who are looking to hire people. They may be entrepreneurs looking for clients, entrepreneurs looking for investors, entrepreneurs looking for co-founders, entrepreneurs looking for people. Whatever category they're in. You could be someone is just in town passing through and they want to see what's going on in the meeting. If they're from a long way away, that you can sometimes tell someone's got a slightly foreign accent. You can celebrate the fact they're all the way from Australia. Don't be afraid to have a round of applause for someone who's particularly special. Draw attention to positive good practice. If someone says, "Well, I'm here and I'm looking to hire software developers," that's great, but also ask what they can contribute. Maybe they think they're contributing by creating jobs. That's true, but maybe there's more that they can do. They can say, "Well, I'm a graphic designer. I can help mentor people on that," or "I know about search engine optimization." If someone does that, say, "Great." As a host, focus on the positive examples. So don't criticize people who don't say anything about helping. Just ask them how they can help. Obviously, you get a spectrum. Keep the momentum of the meeting going. Quite often, the first half of the meeting, people are a little bit shy, and in the second half of the meeting there's a forest of hands going up from people who want to talk. If that's happening, don't be afraid to pick on people early on. Just point at someone and say, "Please go ahead, introduce yourself." Perhaps you can pick on some regular members of the community who are often there, who know what to do. but celebrate the newcomers. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, if things are flagging a bit, don't be afraid halfway through to do a quick icebreaker. Just say, right, everyone stand up. And once they've stood up, just say, okay, introduce yourself to someone. I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and then we're going back to the meeting. If someone goes on a bit, don't be afraid to cut them off. You can set this at the beginning of the meeting in the housekeeping rule. You say, if people go over time, I'm just going to shut them up very nicely with a round of applause. And so you as the host can just start clapping. People like me, Lorenzo, the other host will clap, everyone will clap, and the person will realize they've gone over time. It doesn't do anyone any favors if someone goes on for 5 or 7 minutes. If someone says, well, I need more than 1 or 2 minutes to introduce my idea, then just be blunt. Tell them they need to work on their idea and get good at introducing it in 1 or 2 minutes. The meetings are fun and enjoyable and positive, so do enjoy yourself as a host. It's great to have a few other people around to help you. In the case of people doing this in Krakow, you will certainly have the regulars there to help you give thanks, be appreciative, and remember that this is an event that's been going on since the end of 2012. We're in 19 as I'm recording this. That makes it the longest regular event as part of the pro entrepreneurship Krakow community that's going on. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My contact details are in the opening slide of this presentation, and feedback is welcome. Let's see if I can stop the presentation now.